happened since we last talked?
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Abdullah Marketing Wala and I am student of Rehan College. And today we are talking with Maya, Sisam Maya, on the topic of understanding the physiology of motivation. Thank you so much, Maya, for joining me today.
Ah, gotcha. Lehon College, right. And we're diving into motivation. Cool. Thanks for having me, Abdullah. Sounds like a good topic. Where do you want to start with all that?
Okay, Maya, my first question is what is motivation and how do physiologists define it?
Motivation at its core is what gets us moving, right? That drive to do something. And when I think about the physiology of it, how it works in the body, it's a surprisingly complex chemical cocktail. We're talking dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, all those neurotransmitters firing. Dopamine's a big one, linked to reward and pleasure. So when we anticipate something good, it motivates us to go after it. Serotonin plays a role in mood regulation, which impacts our drive. And norepinephrine helps with alertness and focus. Does that make sense as a starting point? Or were you hoping for something different when you asked about
My next
physiology?
question is why is motivation important for achieving personal and professional goals?
Okay, fair question. Why bother with motivation, right? Well, without it, achieving pretty much anything feels it's the engine that drives effort, resilience, and persistence. When you're motivated, setbacks don't feel quite as crushing. You're more likely to push through discomfort and you can actually enjoy the process of working towards something. It's not just about the end goal, it's about the energy and focus you bring to getting there. Plus, a lack of motivation can really take a toll on your well being, lead to procrastination, and just generally make life feel stuck. Does that resonate with you?
Okay, my next
All right.
question is what are the main types of
So,
motivation and
what
how do they
are
differ?
you curious? Psychologists break it down into two main types: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. You do something because it's personally rewarding, enjoyable, or interesting. Like you work on a hobby because you genuinely love it. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from external factors, rewards, punishments, or pressures, like studying for a good grade or working to earn money. They differ in a couple of key ways. Intrinsic motivation tends to be more sustainable and leads to greater satisfaction. Extrinsic motivation can be effective short term, but it's often less fulfilling and can disappear once the reward is removed. There's also a third, sometimes discussed type of motivation. That's basically a lack of motivation altogether, feeling helpless or like your actions don't matter. Does that distinction make sense?
Okay, my next question is how does intrinsic motivation influence long-term success?
Oh, whoa. Hold up. Did you say Ingrid Peter? Is that a name you're working with? Never mind. Let's circle back to that maybe. Okay.
No.
Long
My
term
question is
success and
how
motivation.
does intrinsic motivation influence long-term success?
My bad. I totally misread that. You're asking how motivation influences long term success. Got it. Okay. So it's huge. Long term success isn't about bursts of energy, it's about consistent effort over time. And that consistency is fueled by motivation. Intrinsic motivation is particularly powerful here because it's self sustaining. If you genuinely enjoy what you're doing, you're much more likely to stick with it through the inevitable challenges and setbacks. Extrinsic motivation can help get you started, but relying solely on external rewards can be tricky. It's about finding that sweet spot where your values align with your goals and you're driven by both internal and external factors. Does that track?
Okay, my next question is what role does extrinsic motivation play in shaping behavior?
Okay. Extreme motivation is interesting. It's a bit of a double edged sword, honestly. When I say extreme, I'm thinking of that intense, all consuming drive. It can absolutely shape behavior. It can lead to incredible focus, dedication, and achievement. People driven by extreme motivation often overcome huge obstacles, but it can also be really detrimental. It can lead to burnout, obsessive behavior, neglecting other important areas of life, and even ethical compromises if someone gets too fixated on achieving a goal. It's about finding a balance between passion and healthy boundaries. What are your thoughts on that? Do you see examples of extreme motivation playing out in your own life or in the lives of people you know?
Okay, my next question is what physiologist factor can cause lack of motivation?
Okay, so physiological factors impacting motivation. There are a bunch. Sleep deprivation is a huge one, messes with everything, including neurotransmitter levels. Nutritional deficiencies, lacking key vitamins and minerals, can impact energy and brain function. Chronic pain or illness, obviously, can drain energy and focus. Hormonal imbalances, too, things like thyroid issues, can really affect motivation. Even something as simple as dehydration can make you feel sluggish and unmotivated. It's a bit of a domino effect. When your body isn't functioning optimally, your brain isn't either, and that impacts your drive. Are you thinking about anything specific when you ask about these factors?
Okay, my next question is how does goal setting impact motivation and performance?
Goal setting is massive. Seriously, it's one of the most effective ways to boost motivation and performance. But it's not just about setting any old goal, there's a science to it. The key is to set SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Specific goals give you clear direction. Measurable goals let you track progress. Achievable goals keep you from getting discouraged. Relevant goals ensure your efforts are aligned with your values. And time bound goals create a sense of urgency.
Okay,
Breaking down larger goals into smaller, manageable steps is also really helpful. It gives you frequent wins, which release dopamine and keep you motivated. Does that make sense? Have you used SMART goals before?
my next question is why do people lose motivation over time, even after starting strong?
If that's a really good question and super common. Motivation fading over time, it happens to everyone. There are a bunch of reasons. One big one is habituation. The initial excitement wears off and things start to feel routine. Another is a lack of consistent progress. If you're not seeing results, it's easy to get discouraged. Also, life happens. Unexpected challenges, setbacks, or changes in priorities can derail your motivation. Sometimes it's a matter of unrealistic expectations. Setting goals that are can lead to burnout. It's also important to acknowledge that motivation isn't linear. It fluctuates.
Okay, Maya, my next question is how can habits how can habits and routine help maintain motivation?
No, hold up, dude. Good connection. Habits are basically a way to automate motivation. Once a behavior becomes a habit, it requires less conscious effort and willpower. You do it automatically, even when you don't feel like it. That's huge for maintaining motivation. Building habits around your goals, like scheduling specific times for work, exercise, or learning, can make it easier to stay consistent, even when motivation is low. Think of it like this: motivation gets you started, but habits keep you going. What habits are
Okay.
you currently trying to build, if any?
Thank you so much,
Mm.
Maya, for joining me today. And thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.
Um, oh, all right.